game too. But as you reacted to, the Nautilus being taken away by the FPX means EDG has to change their composition by a little.
And they take the Zeri instead as well, since it was opened up by FPX in exchange for the ban on the Nautilus. And they will take the Alistar as well, a relatively good support as well for Langui. And take note that during in season number 1, Langui had the best success on the Alistar for EDG. It actually allowed them to be able to qualify for the playoffs during last season because of his performance. Was able to help the team be able to help EDG secure that upper bracket semi-finals spot, in which they did really try to grind through the ranks. Unfortunately, wasn't enough for them to win the entire playoffs or the finals qualifier. But here today, he will use his past favorite support.
Yeah, Alistar, I do like it being alongside a Zeri. It provides a lot of protection for the team, a huge tank as well. Whenever he pops his ultimate, that's amount of time where the cow seems unkillable. While for the other side, we do see FPX taking away, not picking the Xayah, instead opting to go for the Lucian. So a bit of a difference right there. It's not going to be the late game crit Xayah that we usually see dominating the late game, able to have her own set of peel on her ultimate. It's going to be the Lucian. So more mid game, early game focus, a lot of strength in the laning phase for this Lucian against the bot lane of EDG. So we'll see if that adjustment is enough for FPX, because going back, we do see a lot of the game swinging when it comes to the second Drake fights. And when you see the second Drake, that's about the 9.5 minute, almost a 10-minute mark. That's when you get up to 2 completed items on some of these, on some of the carries. And for Lucian, he does have a strong 2-item combo. So we'll see if that's going to be enough to win or get that bit of strength to win these fights against EDG.
Yeah, laning phase this time around is going to be much more effective for FPX for sure. We have seen Don128 being able to stand his ground in the top lane a while ago, even in game number 1. The bottom lane was a little bit more stable for EDG in game number 1 as well, because they did have the core keys for the wave clear, but this time with this pressure down for plates, or have Fryo in the lane and help out Bo7 trying to secure some camps here against 0711.
Yeah. What's dangerous for Alone in the bot side is if Langui decides to rotate to the mid lane at about when he hits about the level 2 or level 3 mark, he's gonna be left alone the bot side. And looking at where the junglers are starting, honestly, I saw Camille earlier at the red side. Now he's starting on the blue side of the map, so no early engage, but bot side though.
Yeah, Alone is getting bullied. Kong though did receive a bit of the damage as well, so he is being affected a little bit here by Alone still, despite the ones that we talked about earlier. Honey Fruit to help Alone regain some of his health back, was able to dodge that damage as well from Kong. A good push back for Langui, just for the memes, I guess.
He got emoted. He's like, nah, I'm not having him. They're gonna push you away. But honestly, what was the advantage that FPX got to the bot side was the minion advantage. We were able to take down the backline minions, giving them that early level 2. That's where we saw EDG pull back and giving that respect toward FPX.
Let's see, a 70% win rate by SkyFL. He did lose a while ago, so it was a bit better in terms of win percentages prior towards the series as well. Let's see if he's gonna be able to recover or increase his win rate on the Vladimir. Kong forced to flash away. Wow, the aggressiveness of 0711 is top notch right now. Bo7 though is not having a good time. The flash in by Yu can actually secure the skill, and first blood again by Edward Gaming.
Yeah, EDG just having full control over the map right now. 0711 got the comms from his bot lane in EDG. They're getting the Scuttle Crab, so he's gonna challenge it. The juggler for FPX wasn't on the bot side of the map, so they immediately sent members to check the Scuttle on the top side of the map. No, actually it was Xiao Zhang already starting it out as soon as Xingdao 7 went in. He immediately got jumped on by both Yu and Xiao Zhang. We don't really see these kinds of fights early on because we don't see them fighting over Scuttle Crabs.
Scuttle Crab in exchange for a kill. Maybe if it was a Baron or a Dragon, it would have been better, but yeah, not the best objective right now. And we have seen even just the other day, right? A red buff being an objective as well, and was the catalyst of the conclusion of a series just because of that fight. This might not be the best start for FPX. Let's see if they're going to be still able to recover this, because I think Bo7, that was not characteristic of him to do those kinds of things.
You also just missing a cannon minion. Gotta hurt, gotta feel bad. But he did get the first blood gold, as you mentioned, right? Small fight in the top side leading to a huge advantage, honestly, because that puts Shingdao7 down. That puts the Lucian flashless in the bot side, so he has to play a bit more defensively, has to respect the Hecarim as he comes in, because do remember as well, that fight happened before any of these members were level 5, so no ultimates were expended when that happened. But EDG actually giving a lot of space here, so I think Shingdao7 went for a bit of a visit here in the bot side, alone in Langui, just giving that space to not allow FPX to get any kills on the bot side. But FPX though almost getting 2 turret plates as well.
Yeah, I was looking at the cannon and the ranged minion. Unfortunately, they did change their target. Yeah, that was unfortunate for him. He was waiting. Yeah, he was rooting for the minion. But yeah.
Yeah, it feels bad, right? When you miss a cannon, it just has so much more. At least you get some consolation. But in the end, yeah, it's those things. Sometimes you find it difficult to get the item breakpoint that you want, especially on your backs. But as we hit the 4-minute mark, we do see the couple of the backs as well from the Lucian and the Gragas going to the top side. So the lane swap priority right now for FPX is gonna be the top side of the map. It means that they want to pressure this Rift Herald as soon as it spawns into the map. While for EDG, they have kept their bot lane in the bot side. So we do expect for EDG to prioritize getting this dragon, while it's going to be the Herald for FPX.
Dominus by Xiaojiang just to clear out the wave as well.
Oh, dive?
Don 1-8 this time is, yeah, gonna be dived here by the members of EDG and has no way to escape. Did invest a flash, but unable to get away from harm's way. And that's again a second kill for EDG. Great setup as well for this dragon.
Now, Xiaojiang just having the presence of mind. Pop Dominus, get the wave clear. If you have the wave clear, there's a lower chance for you getting dove. But actually, FPX wants to contest the dragon right now.
Yeah, this is a change that they're making right now. Not yet sure though if it's going to be worth it, because EDG does have gold lead here in this game. Kong coming in quite confidently, forcing a flash here of you, and was able to zone everyone away as well. The rest of FPX leaving Shingdao7 here onto the dragon and is trying to distract EDG as well away from the Herald.
This feels topsy-turvy right now, Giyang. We usually see a team that's ahead in gold and the early game pressure to be able to get an objective that they want, but it's FPX right now challenging EDG, and that is because the strength of the champions that they have, and EDG is now getting caught out here.
Yeah, Langui is gonna be flashing away. Shingdao7 taking some damage from alone. Red Herald hasn't been taken just yet, but FPX is gonna be happy with that because they have taken the dragon already, and even if they don't get this Rift Herald, it's okay, because they have gotten an objective already. And EDG this time is on the receiving end of a bit of pressure. Luckily for them, he did secure a bit of gold lead, so they kind of have this leeway already.
It's the difference in the AD carry pick, right? For EDG. Earlier we saw Tristana and a Corki. Tristana does have a bit more strength in the early game. She does have her explosive and buster shot that deals a lot of burst damage. While right now for EDG, they have a Zeri who's a lot weaker in the early game, really needs her items to hit her stride from the mid to late game portion. So FPX is really taking full advantage of that weakness right now for EDG. EDG giving a lot of respect, but this Herald is going low and they're going to challenge.
Yeah, SkyFL actually is a little too low already. Had to flash away, and this time it's going to be an opportunity by EDG to take Camille down. Instead of Herald as well. It's a disaster start here for Funkless Phoenix this time around. 0711 infiltrating the tower, taking the Lucian down. It's all alone. Don 1-8. Trying to get something here, but unable to get anything. And yeah, FPX did try to get the Rift Herald, but they got nothing, and EDG got everything.
They took too long to get the Herald. It's that plain and simple. For FPX, they stood too long in that projectile trying to bait out EDG, and EDG was just staring them in the face and laughing at the same time. EDG's members went back one by one to get their items. So you saw the Zeri clear the bot side, get some gold. We saw the Renekton go back, pick up his Blade of the Ruin King. As we see in this replay, Yo catching out SkyFL was also key. Here, the exhaust and the burst damage on the Vladimir means that he can't put down his burst damage when the Herald fight was about to start. And EDG just ran down the members of FPX because they weren't able to throw down the damage that was expected of them from their competition.
0711 is a little bit low, and they will take him down as well, but at the cost of Kong as well. Getting traded out. Flash for Flash alone still gonna be in a good position to fight back with the auto attacks as well. Shingo 7 is gonna be deleted here. EDG having a good position this time around, but seeing Dawn 1 to 8 will force him a little bit back. Flash away by Yu to create some distance here in space. Walk away. Top side being pushed though by Shelly and Xiao Jiang as well. 2 towers taken in exchange for 2 kills. It's okay. Now FPX has to answer back, but they have no answer so far.
Yeah, they don't have no answers. They tried to get a kill on the bot side of the map, but it was actually EDG Xiao Jiang deciding to go to the top side, taking the second turret down, and FPX did not respect that. If the Lucian did that back, it could have been an inhibitor turret immediately taken by EDG before the 9-minute mark. So EDG right now, it felt like FPX, right? We were talking about the Rift Herald fight and EDG just respecting FPX. It was actually EDG just thinking the next steps, just outthinking FPX at that point. They said, we're just gonna buy our items, bide our time, and then fight you when you're down. And right now, this is a huge lead for EDG. Almost 8,000 to gold, 7-1 in kills. And with the composition of both teams have right now, it feels like EDG is on the driver's seat. It's their game to lose at this point.
It's a devastating start again by FPX. But it's very characteristic of EDG to make these scenarios happen as well against their opponent. And right now, things are looking so good for Edward Gaming. The scaling as well is slowly being unlocked on both the ADCs that they have. The Crown picked up, Manamune as well, slowly stacking up. Bloodthirster for Zeri as well of alone is going to be very helpful for T-Fires. And it has been very helpful already for the past few team fights that we have seen him involved. Was able to pre-hit, untapped as well, or untouched by the members of FPX. Langui still being very confident here again on his signature champion, the Alistar, but this time FPX turning onto alone. It's gonna be trap meter and shot as well, gonna be invested to try and take him down, and they're gonna be successful with it. But at the exchange of Kong again in the top lane, and EDG is not holding back, which is gonna be there from Langui. Xiao Jiang trying to time, disengage. The re-engage should be there from EDG. But after seeing Camille, they are just going to be disengaging. They have taken the Gragas down though. And again, just the damage! Oh man! Phosphorus Bomb timed perfectly there for SkyFL.
Yeah, SkyFL tried to get a bit more health back, getting that first ability off, but he couldn't. He got immediately bursted down. Dragon off screen was also taken by 0711. This Hecarim soloing the Dragon. It's going bad to worse right now for FPX. FPX trying to get as much gold as they can, trying to stem the bleeding, but it's just EDG taking this to a whole another level.
Yep, it's as if they've tapped into a different power source this time around. Maybe after receiving a learning lesson by the former champions, Keepest Gaming, this time they have improved again exponentially, and we're seeing a one-sided beatdown yet again, similar to game number 1, a 10,000 gold lead at 11 minutes.
Yeah, very early 10,000 gold lead for them as we head into this replay. It's a 2v3 from the support and Baron lane, and Xiao Jiang on this Renekton is just massive at this point in time. Already has the Blade of the Ruin King and Black Cleaver with him. He can just burst down any members in front of him, and as the fight went on, there was an exchange that FPX got, but SkyFL was the sacrificial lamb to let both Dawn 128 and Xingdao 7 go back to their base with their lives.
The life source though of FPX is slowly being chipped down. This game is going to be very difficult for them to come back from. Chao already took a lot of damage compared to Langui, especially because of the Unbreakable Will. Right now, 0711, they've thrown out the members here of FPX. just with his mere presence. Actually, Lang is doing a really good job already!
Whoa!
The knockout's gonna be perfect, and EDG's right now is just gonna be unstoppable in this onslaught. On 1-8 is gonna be joining though with the Rift Ender. Langi going with the double knock-up, and Skyfell has to flash away alone, getting targeted here, but unable to beat tap by the members of FPX, and everyone is just dying on the side of this red side team. EDG getting 4 kills to none.
They don't need a Baron. Yeah, they can just end this. It's only Sky FL on the defense. It's still 5 members of EDG barreling down their base.
Yeah, they're just gonna take this inhibitor tower and go straight to the Baron to get this big purple worm.
Yeah, they're going for the safer play. They're not gonna go for a 50-50. They're not gonna challenge Sky FL. Smarter choice, honestly, here for EDG. But let's go back to what EDG has done throughout this whole game. And even the series from yesterday, this is a very different EDG that we're seeing right now. A more aggressive, a more decisive EDG compared to their series against KBG yesterday. But as we head into this region, this is a beautiful engage from both Langui and 0711. The Wombo combo take down the members of FPX. And Yo just dealing out the damage while the carries of EDG going in one by one to contribute to this fight, while FPX was just kept running and retreating away from the onslaught that is EDG.
But you cannot run forever. You eventually have to face EDG here, or else you're just gonna be running away with the game as well. The isolation is gonna be there, forcing flash here of Chow. Down 1-8,
flashy.
The bottom lane. EDG slowly pushing all the outer turrets here, cleaning up the entire map. The base is the only one left here for FPX. 2 inhibitor towers, and EDG wants to unlock them as well. Knocking onto the base slowly but surely, with the Baron Powered minion slowly crashing onto the tower. The knockup is gonna be there with the headbutt pulverized, and Sky's gonna be the leading Kong as well, joining him in heaven. As right now EDG knocking onto the Nexus, slowly pushing the wave, and FPX has nowhere to defend, and EDG conquering them for the second time. This game number 2 has been a one-sided beatdown.
What a statement game here from Edward Gaming. They've been given blue side again. They played almost the same composition from yesterday from game 1, and they ended the game with more than 20,000